Good morning, it's Leanne Peters here. I'm from templeofbalance.com.au, Temple of Balance on Facebook and Temple of Balance on YouTube. And I'm very excited to be here today to pull some cards and share some guidance for this week ahead. That's this week starting Monday, not Monday, sorry, forget I said Monday. It's Wednesday. We're starting Wednesday the 4th of May through to Tuesday the 10th of May. And we've got a visitor. So while you're coming in, come on, Puss, come over. We're going to say good morning. Good morning from us. She just woke up. Because the moment I start talking in a video, she beelines for me. She thinks I'm talking to her, so she looks a little sleepy. And crabby, but I don't think she's crabby. So welcome. While you're coming over, I want to send out an extra special welcome to my Temple of Balance patrons, my Pillar of Light family, and all of those of you who support my work through my website. Thank you so much for your support. So I'm coming to you live from quite a wet Tasmania, Australia today, where it is Wednesday the 4th of May, and the time is 9:11 a.m. So if you're new to watching, welcome. Let us know if you're new so that we can welcome you. And hello to you all. What I'll be doing today is pulling some cards for this week ahead. I'm using this deck here. Puss. Now the cat's rubbing up against my stand, so hopefully it's not wobbling too much. Go on. Go and find somewhere to lay down. So I'm using this deck. This is two decks combined. So we've got the Speed of Light Oracle cards. There are 55 cards in here. You wouldn't know, but there are. And same with the Animal Kingdom Oracle cards. There are 55. So I've made these cards so they're the same size so they can fit in together. And I have a whopping 110 cards here to pick with for this week, which is exciting. I mean, look how thick that deck is. And it's great. So we have, having a nice big selection of cards is really cool. So I'll be using this deck to find the best cards for this week ahead for the majority of us. I'm not pulling cards for individuals. This is general guidance for everybody. So I trust you've been led here for a reason, and I trust that something shared supports you at this time. As always, please take on board what feels right and what resonates and what fits into your life easily, and let the rest go. If it doesn't make sense to you at this time, if little parts don't make sense, just let them go. They're likely guidance for somebody else. So really listen to the things that speak to you. So welcome and thank you for being here. It's very exciting. We're pretty much moved out, minus the bamboo and our computers and our bed pretty much. So we're going very well for time. It's still 12 days till our house settlement. Still 12 days to our house settlement, but I have to, Corey and I are going to Cradle Mountain, which is a good 3-hour drive, but I'll be towing a caravan. So it's going to be probably nearly 4-hour drive into the very middle of Tasmania, into the mountains, into the highlands to set up a solo exhibition. And then we'll be out when I get back. So it's just funny. Yes, of course we're taking Puss. We're taking all of our things, although we could have sold the cat with the house, it seems. Anyway, let's turn our attention to the week ahead. So while I'm shuffling, just a recap on last week's theme card, which was the wolf. That's the female wolf. And she was talking about support and loyalty as we walked through the tricky parts of our life lately and especially last week. So lots of support around. This week I'm now focusing on. So I'm shuffling the cards and I'm asking the deck telling the deck that I want to find the best cards for this week ahead, starting Wednesday the 4th of May through to Tuesday the 10th of May. And so I'm looking for the best cards for the majority of us for that time period, and then I'll be selecting those cards the way I always do. So the best cards for this week ahead, the 4th to the 10th of May, for the majority of us are these from here, and I'm going to lay them face down here beside me. Okay, we have 5 Speed of Light and 3 Animal Kingdom. Let's turn these over. Oh, we've got a featured card and another featured card. We've got the wolf, the male wolf again. Okay, interesting. So we've got 2 featured cards to honour. First of all is sensuality, and up here it has further instructions, which say to breathe deeply and choose a random card. So I'll be doing that by fanning and closing my eyes and just going straight to this card to add, which is focus. So that's for that one. And then this also came up, the featured card, medicine pouch. And up here it says fan the deck and pull an extra card. So I'm just going to refan these, and we'll grab this card here to go with the medicine pouch. It's the unicorn. Okay, I'll be talking about these featured cards very soon because they're up near the top. In fact, let's go straight to these guys to start the week. Now, when I say start the week, these days, or at the moment, it's from Wednesday till Tuesday. So starting this week from Wednesday, the 4th of May, we have these 2 cards. They've come up together for a reason. So I'm going to look at them separately, and then we'll look at their relationship together. This is card 46, called Sensuality, and it says breath, love, relationship, and passion. This is about breathing life and love and oxygen back into ourselves again, especially after a period of feeling deflated or flat. This could especially be connected with relationships. So from our closest relations, our closest, most intimate relationships, to acquaintances or family, extended family we don't see very often, but this is across that board of relationships. So has there been a relationship of some sort that's been very flat lately, or been a bit uncomfortable? Or is this generally talking about your life in general, your relationship with your life? So this is a really great start to the reading on Wednesday, to breathe life back into ourselves again. So if you've been feeling flat like a deflated balloon, now's the time to take some really big breaths and start filling yourself up again with oxygen, with air, with life, with love, with life force. And it comes up with this card called Focus, card 38, and it says holding position, timing, and growth. So this is about holding our position and focusing. So it could be our stance on something, our attitude, our truth, what we feel to be right or what we know to be right, ethically, morally, authentically. Also with this card, it's about being or having a heads up about potential naysayers, people that don't, or someone that may not understand where we're at in life. And it's interesting talking about another person having the sort of relationship card come up. So if you've got someone around you around Wednesday who's been trying to talk you out of something, or trying to throw their opinion onto you, or even offering you advice, which we can listen to. Some people's advice is very valuable, but not all advice is valuable. So I think it's just about a feeling on it. How does it feel for us? Does it feel true for us? Does it feel appropriate? If we push all advice away, then we're just a rebel. And if we welcome all advice to us, then we're the what's the word I'm looking for? We're the result of other people's opinions. We're not really ourselves. So it's about figuring out the balance between what is valuable advice and what isn't. But the truth is that we're the one that's walked our path and got to this very moment in our life. So hopefully we know why we've made certain decisions and choices, and why we took this path and not that path, and why we did things a certain way and have done things and continue to. So we can stand strong and tall and confident in that position, in this position where we find ourselves. Now, connecting these together, I feel that this energy here, this focus, this confidence, this strength that this energy summons, along with the fluidity, the sort of breathing life back into our self energy of this sensuality card, I feel like these are really powerful force to come together to really do what we can and what feels right to reinflate ourselves and help us feel connected again to ourselves and our lives and our relationships while we hold our position. We can't turn back time. We can't change things that have happened. So all we can do is learn from those things. And if we're presented with a similar thing again, hopefully we will make maybe a better decision. But it's not up to other people to tell us that we've done something wrong. This is our own sort of self-awareness or self-judgment. So yes, there are things we may do differently if we were met with that situation again. But the truth is that we did what we felt was right at the time, and we just have to keep moving forward, learning from our past. We can't shut the past away and forget about it because we're never going to learn from it. So what can you learn to help you grow and to help reinflate yourself and also improve your relationships? So quite important energy that's coming through, and it feels a bit like I was talking about this morning actually, this balance between sort of structure and flow. So marrying these energies together, they work really well together. You wouldn't think so on paper, but they do. So that's Wednesday. And now into Thursday the 5th of May, and we have these two cards, the Medicine Pouch and the Unicorn. Again, we'll talk about these separately and then we'll look at their relationship together. So this is card 54 and it says Medicine Pouch, that's the name of the card, and the keywords are resources, gather, knowledge and collect. This is about saving, gathering, collecting things. For a lot of the time, it talks about finances. So saving our pennies, or hopefully our dollars or what have you. Saving our money to set ourselves up for the future, to pay off our debt, or to help us feel more stable financially might be really important. There is also a potential element here of gathering skills or tools or information, maybe even things like healing tools or tools to support you moving forward. So this is like a collecting, saving, gathering sort of energy here. And it's connected with the Unicorn, card 50. And the Unicorn says psychic gifts, spiritual intuition and trust. So in simple terms for some of us, this is probably representing gathering together our spiritual tools, our healing tools, so that when we have a down day or a down time, we can go to our list of healing tools or spiritual tools and we can work with those tools or grab those tools and work with them to help lift us up again. So those tools are there for us if we remember we have them. This is why it's really good in our journal to write down a list of tools of things like remembering to breathe, grabbing out our healing energy cards, stepping into nature, meditating, sleeping, taking a bath, using some essential oil, gathering crystals, putting on our favourite song. I mean, the list goes on. So it's a personal thing. It's a personal list, but something we can just go to when we're feeling down and low, because for some weird reason, when we need these tools the most, we forget we have them. So having a list can be very handy. So this is likely connected with our spiritual tools because this is a spiritual card. And we're also being reminded here to trust in the gathering, the collecting, the saving of finances that we feel drawn to do, that we feel is important. We may feel it's really important and we don't know why. So we can trust in that urge that we have, and we might find out in another 6-12 months time that, that's why I needed to do that. So we can trust in those instincts that we have, even if we can't explain it at the time. So that's Thursday. Now moving into Friday, we've got two cards. We've got the wolf, the male wolf, and the gathering card. So we'll talk about the wolf first. This is card 48. And again, he came up last week. He reminds us to secure our boundaries. So let's make sure on Friday that our boundaries are nice and secure. and that we don't have any areas to relax or the fence that might be down and letting unnecessary, unwanted energies in. I know at the moment, for me at least, I need to have super secure boundaries that are very, very clear because I'm moving house. And moving house is a very uncomfortable time of transition because, you know, I'm still in the old house. The new house we've got a date to move in, but we're in the process of preparing and packing and cleaning and, you know, it's very unsettling. So I know for me personally, my boundaries are very close to me and they're very secure, very strong, very clear for me. Other people don't need to know my boundaries. I need to know them so that I can enforce them. So my list of things that I can usually do, which means my boundary fence is, you know, quite expanded, quite a large area. That is not the case for me right now because I'm very honed in on the tasks that I need to do that are top priority. So my boundary fence feels like it's quite close into me, which means that I've just got this small area that I need to keep clean and tidy and clear and fresh and true to me and how I currently feel. And how we all currently feel is up and down. So, you know, having that there is really important. So those boundaries are really important. You may feel a bit like me too, where you're having to sort of reel in and hone in and define or be a little bit more specific about those boundaries and how they stand for you at the moment. So check in and see how your boundary fence is doing and be really honest if the fence is down or if the fence is too high and then it becomes like castle walls and they're just then defenses. So our boundaries can become very unhealthy. We can, I'm probably going to be about 20 minutes. You can sneak in behind me. So our boundaries can be healthy. We need to check in with them, but they can become very high and we can barricade ourselves behind them. So then we get very defensive of things if we're feeling like we have to defend ourselves. So just be aware how healthy or how strong or how out of balance or in balance your boundaries are at this time, but especially on Friday. And then we have card 53, Gathering as well, which says helping, ready, leader and meeting for Friday. So this is a gathering together of people, the gathering together of like minds. So we might find some type of gathering or get together on Friday. Then that takes us to Saturday, the 7th of May. And we have the Lost Stag, card 49. And he says, lost, help, guide, path and discouraged. This suggests on Saturday that some of us might feel a bit lost or discouraged, or that we've gone off track, we've gone off path and we've taken a wrong turn or we're going backwards. So this is very much connected with our life's path and this sense that we're off it, we're not on it somehow, we've missed something and we might get a bit distraught or have this sort of lost and discouraged feeling that this is not where we're meant to be. So the truth is that our path is always under our feet because it's our path. It can never be anywhere but right under our feet. It's our mind that makes us think that our path is over there or back there or we're lost and we don't even know where our path is. Our path is under our feet. So if we can tune into our body and the area under our feet, that will help align us back with our path. So be careful you don't get swept into this lost, discouraged energy and having your mind take over and convince you that you've gone off track and you've done something wrong, because you haven't. Just get back into alignment with your path. Refocus yourself back there. Take your time, as much time as you need, and then proceed. So, even though it says lost and discouraged, this is not permanent. In some ways, really, it's an illusion, even though it feels very real. We haven't gone off path. We can never be off path because it's always just there. Just down there under our feet. Okay, so then we move into Sunday. Sunday, the 8th of May. We have card 27, Risk Taking. It says journey, unknown beginnings and confidence. This is about taking a risk on Sunday and following our hearts taking a risk and following our heart. It highlights new beginnings. There is a dreamy energy here. So she's dreaming. We're dreaming about the far off shores, that person far, far away. So we might be in a bit of dreamy fantasy land, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but let's just make sure that we're sort of grounded and rational in our fantasies and dreams. But we're very much being encouraged to step out of our comfort zone, or consider stepping out of our comfort zone to start something new. This is especially the case if life has been a drag and we've been going through the same crap on a different day, day after day. When is enough going to be enough? So there is this sense here of pushing or prompting for us to take a risk and step out of our comfort zone, even if that comfort zone is not that nice right now. So if you're not happy, if things haven't been going that well for you for some time and they keep repeating this pattern, you keep saying, why do I put up with this day in, day out, that sort of thing, then we might find Sunday quite, we might get the pig in us or get a bit frustrated or angry. That might propel that risk taking and that chance we're willing to take to step out of our comfort zone. So let's be willing to summon our confidence and our courage to prepare to start something new and proceed if it's right for us. Okay, Monday, the 9th of May, we have the Black Panther, card 30, and the Black Panther says to find acceptance. So this is about finding acceptance about something we'd been struggling to accept, and it really is one of the keys to healing too. So if you've been struggling to heal something that's been long-term or something from the past you've been working on, maybe think about on Monday, where does acceptance fit into that? And have you found acceptance? And if you haven't, what might you be able to do to find that? How can you find acceptance, or in other words, find peace with yourself and find some sort of peace with what happened to give you permission to move on? It's like a healing time, or a healing juncture, I suppose, a turning point, time potentially where we move out of something, find that acceptance, that peace, and allow ourselves to move forward. So if you feel like you've been a bit stuck, then maybe acceptance might be something to think about. And then Tuesday, the 10th of May, we have card 44, the Rainbow Serpent. And it says, take it to the next level. So this is about something springboarding, lifting up, moving to the next level, something that's elevated, we could say. Now, this card that I talked about before is very much horizontal, so it's about our life's path in regards to new beginnings, whereas this card particularly feels very vertical in it, so more like a rising phoenix or an uplifting energy that's wanting to pull us up and out of the mud, up and out of the heaviness. So there feels to be a lot of potential healing and movement on things this week, especially moving out of heaviness, of mud, of castle walls, boundaries that have become unhealthy, that we feel we have to defend. So that feels to be potentially quite a big healing week if we're willing to see things in a true way and not be caught up in the illusion of the issue of the wound, but step back and see things from a bigger picture level. So take it to the next level on Tuesday. Exciting. Okay, so there are our cards for this week ahead. I'm going to pull a theme card in just a moment. So before I do, I want to thank you so much for joining me today. If you have enjoyed this connection, please hit the thumbs up button. Please show us some love. Please comment or share if you're inspired to. And if you would love to connect more privately, please send us a message through our website. If you would love to learn more about me and the work I do here at Temple of Balance, if you would love to support my work so I can continue to do it and share these types of videos with you, please visit my website, templeofbalance.com.au. If you want to learn more about these decks or start working with them yourself today, then please have a look on my website. You can learn more about them. You can't find them in shops. They're self-published and self-distributed. So thank you so much. Okay, let's now look for the best card for the theme. The theme card will help bring these days together and help us see the bigger picture for this week, starting Wednesday, the 4th of May, through to Tuesday, the 10th of May. So what's the potential for this week? What do we need to know about this week in regards to the bigger picture, the theme? How can we bring all of these days together? So the best card for the theme for this week is, let's find it here. The best card for the theme is this here. We have an Animal Kingdom Oracle card. It doesn't matter if it's upside down. We just turn it the right way up. Yes! And this is great for us Taurians in Taurus month, because this is the Earth Dragon card 25. It says physical transformation. If you're new to this deck, we have 5 dragon elements in this deck, and this is one of them. The dragons are powerful signs and symbols. So the dragon brings a power to this week, an overarching power, strength, a sense of mastery potentially as well, especially as we do or go through our healing, which is as we look at ourselves, as we allow ourselves to grow and improve, as we allow ourselves to change. It's very healing. So the Earth Dragon is about our physical body. It's about our physical life. So it talks about reforming, which is changing, growing, transforming, healing in our body, but also in our physical life. When I drew this dragon, I imagined as it walked that it pulled up the land into mountains and hills, and when it put its foot down, it pushed down valleys that pushed down on the earth to create valleys and oceans. So this pushing and this pulling, this reforming of the earth around us in our own personal lives is underway. We know this. This is most likely not a surprise for any of us that things are changing in our life. So this has been highlighted this particular week, that this is going to be definitely under the spotlight. And let's enjoy the power and the opportunities within these physical changes. There are opportunities here for us to grow and become better versions of ourselves, better versions in regards to who we were yesterday or last week or last year or 10 years ago. How can we personally improve? Because we will notice that ripples out into our life. It's valuable to be able to shift ourselves and then watch our relationships, our connections with people that we had issues with just change. And they haven't changed. Well, we don't know if they have, and it's not really our business. We have changed. So as we change and improve and better ourselves, our relationships improve and change. There may be relationships that we don't resonate with anymore, and that just happens sometimes. We're all changing. So relationships shift. Issues between people seem to just suddenly vanish. Our relationship with our life changes too, and how we cope with situations shifts. How we cope with challenges changes. It is extremely valuable, speaking from personal experience and what I've observed in others, to be dedicating time to our personal improvement and our personal growth. And maybe this is where what I was talking about for earlier in the week for Thursday, about these tools that we're gathering for healing, for our spiritual connections. Maybe this is connected here too. So what tools do you have? Just start with one. What do you love to do that supports you and helps you feel better? It may be putting on your favourite music, stepping into nature, meditating, whatever it is that's just very simple. And then you can grow and expand that list. Maybe this video each week is part of your healing toolkit to support you, help give you perspective, and support you on a spiritual level, and hopefully a physical level too, and emotional and mental maybe. So, let's not underestimate how much we can help ourselves. We really can. So if you can be empowered by that even a little bit this week, I feel that we're going to really connect in with this Earth Dragon energy. So thank you so much for connecting. Have a fantastic week ahead. Happy birthday, happy anniversary if you're celebrating. And please keep an eye out for more videos through the week. I will be in tomorrow, the 5th of May, for our Pillar of Light healing event. That's a private one in our Facebook group. So I look forward to connecting with you guys then. And then I'm pretty busy because we're at the pointy end of moving. So I'll try and pop in for a healing video. You know that I will if I have the time. I will try and do that when I can, but I will be back next week for the weekly guidance. Take care of yourselves, and sending you loads and loads and loads of love and support from my heart to yours. Thank you so much.